What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I actually just got back from filming the episode that you're about to see right here. I didn't think it was going to work out just based on everything going into today. I thought the chances were pretty low of that happening, but we did make it happen today. We caught some fish, explored a new spot. Let's get right into the video. Hope you guys enjoy. All right guys, here we are at the brand new spot today. This is actually one of two ponds that I think we're going to be exploring, and when I looked on Google Maps, it really didn't look like this pond was very deep at all or had any water in there, but when I pulled up, it actually looks pretty full, and that could be from the recent rain we had. I'm not even sure if there's fish in this one pond right here, but I got the waders on, got the mini chatterbait tied on here on the ultralight rod, and we're gonna first test this pond out, see if we can catch anything here, and then we're gonna head way back in the woods over there and explore another pond. So give me a second, I'm gonna get down here, get out here in the water, and we'll get this little adventure underway. Water is looking super clear, as it is in most ponds this time of year. Oh, this is that nasty mud. I don't see why there wouldn't be any fish in here. I'm seeing some little minnows right there as we walk up. But the main reason I'm here today is to fish the other pond, but I just had to try this one right off the bat here because my boy Taven, you guys saw him in one of those striper videos we did. He fished with me before. He tipped me off about the other pond back here and said there's some large crappie in there. So if we could get on one or two of them today, that's the goal. But we're gonna start out at this pond right here, see if we can't catch something. That's one, guys. First cast at the new pond. First cast. Awesome. Well, that's all we need to see right there. There is stuff in here. Little largy right there, guys. Hey, anytime you can come out here in the winter, we're in December now, and come to a new spot and get a fish on the first cast, that's pretty darn cool. Nice. First fish of the day. This is what we got him on right here. Like I said, little micro chatterbait with the grub on the back. Little dink right there, but hey, I mean, I'm not expecting any giant bass today. But if we could get some big crappie, that's what we're here for. But hey, great start right there. See if we can make it 2 casts in a row. I mean, there could be some big bass in here. I don't see why there wouldn't be. He bit that thing like so many times too. Like, I thought I was dragging the bottom, but he was just nailing it time after time. He finally got hooked. There's actually some decent depth out here too. That's always just super cool though, to come to a brand new spot you really don't know anything about. Because Taven didn't tell me too much about this spot. He told me about the other pond. So I know absolutely nothing about this pond right here. But it's always cool to come to a spot like this and get a fish on the first cast, no less. It is 38 degrees today right now. And I'm guessing the wind chill is even cooler than that because we got some decent winds out here, about 15 miles an hour. And that just adds to the coolness out here. It's pretty cold, especially standing in the water like this. I'll tell you one thing, it's a lot easier to see in here when the sun is out. This pond actually really does have some good depth to it for a tiny pond like this. I was not expecting that. I'll definitely have to come here in the summer too and try some topwater, some frogs, some whopper ploppers, stuff like that. It seems like it would be a perfect pond for trying stuff like that out. Just because I'm sure it does not get fished much. Ponds that are like this, where it's hard to access, people don't fish them. All right guys, you just saw I walked up and down here, pretty much covered as much water as I could today, and we did get the one fish on the first cast. I'll be coming back to this pond at a later date, but for now we're going to make our way through the bushes and back into the woods to our second pond of the day, which is really what we came out here for, the big crappie, hopefully. So give me a second, I'm gonna get on out of here and we'll get over to that other pond. I'm still amazed at this pond right here though, that it's just so deep out there in the middle. For a little pond like this, when I was walking up, what I expected was 2 to 3 feet at the most, maybe even more shallow. But I'm looking out there, I let my bait sink out there a couple times, and it was at least 6 feet in multiple areas here and down over there. So it's pretty crazy to me. Most of the ponds we deal with in this area are super shallow. All right, this is what we're gonna have to go through to get back to this other pond. Again, never been here before, don't know anything about it other than one of my friends told me there's big crappie. So we're gonna find out. It's always fun exploring new spots like this. Definitely not the easiest to get to. One tip I have for any new YouTubers out there doing stuff like this, whenever you're walking through an area like this, especially when you've never been there before, always keep your GoPro on. You never know when some crazy animal is gonna pop out from somewhere, you're gonna fall into a hole or something weird. You always want to be able to capture stuff like that on your camera. So always keep that thing on. Might be able to get down to it right over here. It's kind of a steep drop off right here, but seems like as good a shot as any. It's weird, there's like a big drop off here and then another big drop off down there, even bigger than this one. So we're gonna give it a whirl through the pricker bushes. Might not look that steep from the super view I got with the camera right here, but it's pretty steep. So we scaled the first one, and now let's see if we can make it down this one. Shouldn't be that bad. There you go, you guys can see a little better now. Tilted you down. Spot looks pretty juicy. Jeez. We made it. Now let's hope our efforts pay off right here. We can get what we came for. One of those big slabs. Pretty cool looking spot. Water definitely seems a little bit more murky than the other pond we were just at. But I'm assuming the fish in this pond have not seen too many lures cross their faces, so they should be willing to bite on what I got right here. That's one, guys. Or is that a snag? Good Lord, that thing hit like a fish. Dang, hopefully I can get it back. Thought I just hooked the biggest crappie in North America. Broke it off, man. Dang it. I knew I shouldn't have been using a expensive type of lure in a new body of water. Oh well, what can you do? I'm gonna tie on something where it doesn't hurt as much if I lose it now. Let's see what we want to go with now. I think I'm just gonna put on a little jig. Something like this right here. So if I lose it, it's not gonna hurt as much as when I lost that chatterbait right there. I also like the neon color right here in such a dirty, muddy body of water. Helps it stand out a little bit more. I think I would throw a lipless too if it wasn't as snaggy as it seems to be right now. So hard to tie knots out here when it's so cold. Can't feel your thumbs and fingers. All right, Mr. Grub, make some magic happen for me. I was honestly thinking based on what I saw on Google Maps, I'd be able to just walk across here, wade around, do whatever I want, but I'm telling you, it drops off big time right here. Watch this right here. I'm gonna stick my rod down. Look at that. That's probably at least 4-foot drop off right here, and it's that kind of mud that you can really get yourself in trouble with. That's a bite. That's a fish. Oh, dude, he came off. He hit it again. You see that, man? Something crushed it. That felt like a crappie too, and it was not small. Gotta tighten my drag a bit. We gotta catch something out of here today, man. Such a cool little spot. Something just ate on top water right there. Jeez. Another snag, man. Snag Central. I'm just gonna pop this one off. Gonna be doing a lot of retying today. That's what crappies like though. They like that wooden structure, and there seems to be tons of it down in here. Got a fish? We got one, guys. We got something on the Road Runner. Is this what we're looking for? Seems pretty decent, whatever it is. Oh, dude, it's a bass. It's a nice bass, too. No way. I thought it was a big crappie, but hey, it's like 1.5 pounds probably. Got him. Look at that, man, out of this tiny little random pond in the middle of the woods. That's a chunk too. Unreal. I tied on this Road Runner right here, perfect crappie lure, just because I broke off yet again with the other green jig. But hey, I mean, check that out. That's pretty darn cool. I mean, I figured there was bass in here just because why wouldn't there be if there was crappie too? But I mean, I didn't think there'd be any that big. That's like, it's not a giant fish by any means, obviously, but for a spot like this, that is really, really cool. About a 2-pounder. He cut me right there on the thumb too when I was getting the hook out. But hey, that is pretty awesome, man. In December, I've never caught bass this late into the winter before. So that's pretty awesome, man. That is so cool. I was hoping it was a crappie, because if I caught a crappie that size, we'd be talking citation up on the wall. But hey, I mean, if we only catch these 2 fish that we saw today, that's pretty darn cool. But I'm gonna stick it out for longer, even though my hands are bleeding and freezing. We're having a lot of fun out here. This is another pond that I think I'll try some topwater on when it gets to those summer months. But for now, since I stuck both my hands down in the water to release that fish, I am iced out right now. So I'm gonna take like 5 minutes and just stick my hands down in my hoodie and get warmed up again.
2 hours later.
Got the hands kind of de-thawed a little bit, got some feeling back in them, rejuvenated and ready to go. See if we can hook into something else out here with this little Road Runner before we inevitably lose it on a snag. We'll cast right in that same area though that we hooked the bass. There didn't seem to be too many snags over that direction. I know we got one here and we got one in that general area. But there's actually more of the pond that goes down to the left as well. I may try to get to. And of course down to the right where that giant laydown is, I know there's some crappie down there. So we'll see if we can make our way to both of those locations at some point here. But we only got probably 30 minutes of daylight, so we're gonna have to continue to make it happen. I know there's a 12, 13, 14 inch crappie out here just looking for an easy snack. Maybe that's him right there. We got something else, guys. Oh, little bass. That's all right though. It's December, we're catching fish. This guy is golden. That is like a golden pale bass right there, and look at his lip. See that? He's been munching on some crawfish down there on the bottom. Check that out. Little dink, but third fish of the day. Crazy, man. It's 30 some degrees, real feel in the low 30s. And we're still catching active fish out here in Delaware. Roadrunner seems to be where it's at right now. It's got that little underspin type thing on the bottom, adding some extra flash on there. Seems to really be helping the bite. Oh, dang it. Another snag, dude. How many sticks are there in this place? That's what, 4 baits we've lost now in this pond? That was the one that was getting it done for us. We're running out of jig heads. I've never lost so many baits in one day in my life. Definitely got to come more prepared next time with some more jig heads, some more grubs and stuff. Oh man, oh man. Did that actually come out? No way. Pulled my grub halfway off, but hey, and bent my hook. Did not expect to see that lure again. We're gonna straighten out our hook here, then we're gonna move down to the narrow part of the pond way over there. Check out that area. See what this area holds, if it's even accessible. I was looking on Google Maps and this part seemed to go pretty far down here, but it's very, very narrow. So we're gonna have to be as stealthy as we can out here. These fish are gonna see us from up close and personal range. Well, we were down there a minute ago. Now we're down on the narrow part. It does seem to open up quite a bit down there, not as much as this end, but should be something up in this little passageway. I've really never fished any place like this. All right, nothing right here. Let's go back through the jungle and continue to work our way down here. This is like Snake City though, I swear. If I was here in the summer, I bet this place would be crawling with mosquitoes, snakes. Definitely need waders though in a place like this. I mean, this is all wet and muddy right here. Maybe this is the spot we find our giant crappie at. Imagine like pulling a PB out of this. I mean, this is 10 feet probably across the way. All right, well, we tried it down in the narrow section, but kind of like I thought, most of the fish will be concentrated out in the deeper water around the structure down at the other end. So we're gonna take the little hike back there and see if we can find a way down kind of where that lay down was. All right, here's what I think we're gonna do. So we're trying to get over there, but this is really a steep wall, so I'm not gonna have to climb up that wall. I'm gonna get up there right over here where it's easier to do that, and then hopefully find a way down a little bit further down the line by that lay down. Ugh. Got a thorn bush grabbing me in the hat. That's lovely. Okay. It's gonna be a little bit tricky to get over here, I think. Getting tangled up with my line in the bushes. If I can get right here, I think I'm gonna catch something, but that is pretty steep. I don't know if you guys can tell just how steep that is, but that is pretty steep. Instead, let's go around this way. Step out right over here on this log. Okay. Whew, let's just hope we don't fall in. It's pretty narrow. A little bit tricky, a little bit slippery. Let's see if we can get a few casts out there. Well, that's a fail. Oh, I got it back. Let's go. There's just like no way to cast right here unless I really step out that far, and I don't want to do that by myself, to be honest with you. It's cold water, nobody else back here. If I fall in, it could end pretty badly, so we don't want to do that. Well, it was worth a shot on the log anyway. Let's get turned around here. Get back to where we came, where we were catching the fish earlier, and see if we can round this little adventure out with one more fish. Ended up losing that last jig head again, so this is pretty much all I'm left with right here. This weighted jig head type thing. I've never used anything like that before, but we're gonna give it a whirl, tie it on. I mean, it could work to our benefit, I guess. Get us down there a little deeper. Oh, and there it goes. We're gonna tie on one more thing, and if that doesn't get bit, we're gonna get out of here. Call it a day and come back more prepared next time. I'm telling you what though, guys, it's gonna be a real nice feeling to get back in that warm car. See if a little blood pattern on here will pay off. That wounded bait fish, what do you think? Looks pretty juicy to me. Call me crazy, but hey, if I catch a fish on it, y'all can't say nothing. No way. We did get the one last fish we were looking for. That was going to be my last cast, not even lying. Little dinkaroo. But man, I worked hard for these fish today. I'm not going to lie at all. Another little golden guy with the red lipstick on, but that's 4 fish in the middle of December on some little grubs that we lost more than I can count out there today. That's how we're gonna end this episode, guys. It was a lot of fun coming back here and exploring. The sun has gone behind the horizon, so I'm gonna get out of here so I can see where I'm going back through the jungle up here. But if you did enjoy this little adventure, go down there, hit the thumbs up button, drop a comment, and hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss an upload from us. If you really don't want to miss upload, hit the notification bell right over there. But man, hope you guys did enjoy this out here today. We'll definitely be coming back. And thanks for watching the channel as always. See you next time.